Hello everyone, my name is Clancy and welcome to the clan. And without further ado, let's get into this video and happy Monday to everybody. And we are at 10,000 subscribers. Okay, let me not get crazy. I've been celebrating throughout this weekend. Since yesterday when I woke up in the morning, I was speechless. The first thing that you do is to, tell the world that you got 10,000 subscribers. Okay, y'all are not subscribers. You are the honorable members of the clan. 10,000 honorable members of the clan. Press the subscribe button 10,000 times. Now that we have gone out of this administration, let's get to the next one. Please, once again, guys, for us to reach 20,000, you know what to do. Smash the like button for me so that we can fetch more of these honorable members that are out there that aren't aware of our existence. So do me that favor, do us that favor, and let us grow. So now let's go to the North Gauteng High Court at the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. And you know what? Let me be honest with you guys. Good riddance to, you know what, in Zungu wrapping up his lies at the North Gauteng High Court regarding the 5 accused men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa. And I will say it again, those 5 men are innocent of this case that the state is trying to pin on them. 6 people, why do I keep saying 5? 6 people were with Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October, almost a year this month. 10 years. Almost 10 years this month, Senzo Meyiwa has been killed. Justice denied on Senzo Meyiwa because it's been delayed for so long. So now we are no longer going to take this one lying down. We want the people that were responsible in killing Senzo Meyiwa. And one of the 6 is responsible for the murder of Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014. So now that Zungu has wrapped up his lies, one particular thing that I was very interested in, it's a question that I keep forgetting to ask about the identikit. Because I know identikit, the artist that sits down with you and then they draw while you describe the suspect. Usually it is done in black and white. Now, I could be wearing a red hoodie, a purple hoodie, but when it's painted, it's going to be painted in black. So now how does he know exactly that identikit was accused number 2? Or any of the accused for that matter? And when he's asked about the protruding dreadlocks in that identikit, suddenly he doesn't want to answer the question. And this man's memory, it is mind-boggling. He forgets the most important things, but he remembers the things that he knows will pin these men into this case that they are innocent of. I was like, oh, please get him off, get him off, get him off. And then eventually when he was off the stand, I was so happy. Little did I know the drama was coming, and this judge, I think he woke up this morning and said, okay, I almost used some signs here. I think he woke up this morning and said, so y'all created a segment out of my accusation and pettiness of you, the self-appointed expert. I'm going to walk into that court and I'm going to be a bully. And that's exactly what he did this morning. At the defense, this judge was a bully. He was testifying on behalf of Zungu once again. And this time around, I don't think he even cared what we thought. This is an unfair trial that is taking place at the North Gauteng High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. It is an unfair trial. And I like the fact that Advocate Mnisi did take a swipe indirectly at the judge. And I will get to that as I continue with this commentary. So now, of course, after Zungu, there was another witness that was supposed to take the stand. This is a cell phone analyst expert. No. Advocate Mnisi, Advocate Mshololo, especially Advocate Mshololo, stood up on objection that this witness is not going to take the stand and they will not proceed with this witness as long as Section 205, which I kind of like looked at it. What does Section 205 talk about? Us, the clan, we always want to be informed about what on earth is okay. I don't know why my phone is not taking me there. Okay, come on, phone. Don't disappoint us. The client is waiting. Okay, I will just look for it because I took a screenshot of it. Okay, let's go. It's fine. It's not a train smash. It says the first mechanism is contained in section 205 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, which allows a judge of the Supreme Court, meaning the High Court, the High Court, a regional court magistrate or a magistrate to call a person who is likely to give material or relevant information by answering, open bracket, by answering questions or producing any book, paper, etc., and so on, close bracket. Okay, it doesn't say so on and so forth because there's these three dots. That means there's more that they are saying. So meaning that give us tangibility in what is in those downloads. Don't come and tell us this cell phone is linked with that cell phone. What is the tangibility of that conversation between those links? That is what we want to hear. Section 205. And then Advocate Baloyi was like, Vodacom is still working on it. For the past 3 years, Vodacom has been working on the material evidence that is in those conversations. Don't give us cell phone numbers. But what is in there is what we've been asking since this trial began. You're bringing experts and they are just, they're just scratching the surface but not going deep. Now we want what is in there. What was the conversations between those links of the cell phone numbers that you bring on the table? And then when Advocate Baloyi realized that the defense is on fire, that's when he said, well, it's neither here nor there. That this witness can still be stood down. Only thing that I wanted to do was to he was not going to go into section 205, but they were going to talk about the confiscation of the cell phones. And I'm like, so if it's neither here nor there, why are you wasting the court's time with this witness? What are you going to be asking this witness that is of material value? That's the part that I didn't understand. And this judge, because the favorite child is talking, he will not ask those questions like, what is the material value of calling somebody that the evidence is going to be neither here nor there? Why does it? But if the shoe was on the other foot, guess what? If it was the defense that did that, he would have shut them down himself, the judge. But because Baloyi, the favorite child, But anyways, successfully, the defense was able to stand up against the judge as well as the state and said, this witness cannot stand and be cross-examined or maybe give evidence in chief and then they be cross-examined in chief, whatever the words they were using, because they're going to touch on section 205 matters. And then secondly, Advocate Shololo stood up and said, all witnesses that are going to take a stand regarding cell phone data, cell phone downloads, or anything that has to do with the cell phone of the accused must be paused until the state has collected everything that it needs to collect and then submit to them so that they can, they will not have a prejudicial trial on their clients. And this is when Advocate Nisi stood up and this is number one. He was shooting two birds with one stone. He went for the jugular of the state by saying, if the state's case is not ready, it is not embarrassing for the state to ask for a very long adjournment. I was like, shots fired. And then he continued to say, this is not fair to the client that the state keeps bringing information, new information, which now disturbs their own line of questioning, their own line of thinking, as well as consultation with their clients, which is non-existent when Baloyi throws in this new evidence. And then they're expected to cross-examine this new evidence without having been given enough time to do that. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I thought before you go to court, all documents, all evidence, everything is discovered before the trial begins. Everything will be collected and submitted to the other side for a fair trial. But no, this judge allows Baloyi to sneak in new evidence every time they come into the court, and the defense gets given this new evidence days before, not even days, literally 48 hours before they are able to even understand what is before them. And yet Baloyi had all the time in the world to prepare himself. So you can tell that the state has no case, people. I've been saying this forever. The state does not have a case. And then I think Advocate Mnisi was being lenient on the state by saying that if the state is not ready with this trial, they don't mind for him to seek for a very long postponement or adjournment. But he also went for the judge, but indirectly went for the judge's jugular and said, this court is already prejudicial to their client, meaning that this judge is already presiding over an unfair trial on the 5 accused men. I saw the judge twitching a little bit, but he did not say anything because I think he knows from the back of his head that he is indeed presiding over an unfair trial. That is my stand, and I will not be moved or shaken from this position because this judge, in fact, when I stopped talking about the judge in a positive way was on that Monday. You remember that Monday when Zungu was supposed to come from KZN with the handwritten statements that he had made, and then the judge made a prejudgment. He already heard all of this before everybody else heard that information for the first time, and he went against his own ruling. That is when I was like, you take the cup, judge. Everybody that has been accusing you of this, and that, I now see it. The logs are off my eyes. Now I see right through you. You are an unfair judge towards the accused. You really want to pin this case on the accused. I will not be surprised if your verdict is guilty. I will not be surprised when your verdict is guilty because you're already showing that you are ruling guilty. And then, of course, then there was an adjournment so that the state will be able to prepare its next witness, since the cell phone data analyst will no longer take the stand until Baloyi has, I don't know, whatever is he going to do with cell phone analyst in going into this trial again. But another forensic expert was called on the stand after 2 o'clock. Because they postponed till 2 o'clock, and then I can't pronounce his name, do forgive me, but I caught his surname. He is Mr. Masetla. Mr. Masetla is a DNA analyst of some sort, and he took us through, for me, I must tell you, because I enjoyed biology at school, y'all. It was my favorite, one of my favorite subjects. I think I also had a great biology teacher. So he kind of like took me in a nice memory lane, nostalgia, and I was like, I know all of this stuff that he's talking about. But of course, it's also important that he does an introduction of what he does, and also it does introduction about what is DNA, what is RNA, how all of this affects us as human beings, and how all of this is, we leave, anything that we touch, we leave our DNA, whether our sputum or our sweats or our blood, all of that will be smeared somewhere, and this is what they come and abstract as samples that they are going to take to the lab and abstract the DNA to match it to whom? To match it to whom was in a crime scene. So, of course, remember the evidence that was collected at the Senzo Meyiwa murder crime scene. It was a hat, crutches, there were swabs that were done on the doors as well as wherever there is that they done swabs. And now he was basically breaking down whose DNA was found where. And then this Gladness Kumalo, whom I'm told is Kelly Kumalo, her DNA was found mostly in the house. And in my mind, I'm thinking, girl, do you sweat that much? Because all the other people, why they're not sweating? But of course, they did say in the toilet, the DNA that was found was mostly female. Of course, we understand that the Kumalo household, it is of the girl, that's the mother, Kelly Kumalo and Zandile Kumalo. So that would make sense, of course. But Kelly Kumalo, your DNA is everywhere. man, you really have a strong DNA going on right there. But anyways, that was one of the things that were found. And of course, it is believed that the hat that was found at the crime scene belonged to the suspect. I think that is what the eyewitnesses had told the court, that the hat belonged to the suspect. And so, of course, accused number 5, accused number 1, and accused number 4, I think they've been excluded out of this hat. However, I think there are one or two things that are going to happen with this hat. The first one, it's either DNA of accused number 2 and 3 are going to be mentioned, because we were left in a cliffhanger deliberately by Baloyi, because he wants us to suffer. I gave it to him for that. And I think accused number 2 and accused number 3's DNA are going to be mentioned in there. However, though, he also did mention that in that hat, there was a mixture of DNAs. If I understood him correctly, please do correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. You guys know we are always willing to be corrected where we may be wrong. So there was a mixture now, which leads me to the second outcome that is possible, that the evidence or the DNA sample evidence that was abstracted there is inconclusive, considering that there were a mixture of DNAs in there, female and male. We know that after the Senzo was killed, when Makumalo came back with Mapiri, or with Ntapseng from the hospital, she took the hat and held it with her, and even told the police or the first responders that the hat belonged to the suspect. So, of course, her DNA will be smeared there. And, of course, the DNA of the owner also will be smeared there. And I think some blood spatters of Senzo Meyiwa will also be found there. And then what else will be found on that hat? So, basically, what I'm trying to say is the result of there might come back as inconclusive. Whether the suspect was there or not, or it was Makumalo who shot Senzo, nobody knows. And I don't think that is, I don't know. Maybe that might create some sort of favor for the state if indeed the DNA of one of the suspects or both the suspect that they are trying to pin this hat on, that might create some sort of favor for the state, I think. Because the fact of the matter is, your DNA was found in this hat alongside Makumalo and all the other people, DNA samples that were found in there. So one of those two possibilities we might see in tomorrow when this forensic expert gives us the full results. Right now, he is beating about the bushes because I think he's done with the biology background of what his job is and what is the DNA, all that. Now he's just breaking down all the samples, that this sample belong to who and to whom and to whom and to whom. And yeah, we'll hear tomorrow what are the outcomes of that DNA. And then, did you hear Advocate Baloyi gaslighting the defense? Downright disrespecting them. When Advocate Timnisi said, if the state needs time, a long adjournment, a very long adjournment, it's okay. It's not going to be embarrassing to them. But guess what Baloyi does? Turns the table on the defense and says, if the defense wants more time, we don't have a problem. When in fact, he is saying, I need more time. Please say you need more time so that you give me an opportunity to go and collect all these evidence. Advocate Baloyi is such a belittler, if there's such a word. Then I was like, oh my goodness, this train needs to be stopped going to Manga City for real. And then, yeah, the defense did stop it. It did not get to Manga City, like how it was trying with Zungu. Nobody, right in their mind, believed anything that Zungu said on the stand. Now, let's cover this tea, everybody. That one. Hey, Faith, you put me in trouble, oh. Hey, you put me in trouble with this tea. Okay, the tea that we kind of discovered is that anything else, let me put it this way. Whatever you suspect of Zungu, it's highly possible that you are correct. Anything that you suspect of him, you are probably correct. I think I will leave it there. It's quite heavy, some of the things. Like when I say heavy, I'm talking heavy. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Allegedly, let's put it that way. Allegedly, they're heavy stuff. I'm talking stuff the police are supposed to be catching you for. But allegedly, he's committing them. And then there's a chance that the reason why he's unpromotable is because he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar several times. Allegedly. I would leave it at that. I would leave it to your imagination that whatever you suspect, and then in your mind you must say allegedly, and also out loud say it allegedly, just like me. I'm going to say allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. Whatever it is that you are thinking of him, you are probably right. Okay? So, yeah, I think as well, if the DNA does point accused number 2 and 3, Advocate Nisi as well as Advocate Mumalo need to go. No, not Mumalo. Who's, oh yeah, Nisi, yeah. Who does Nisi represent? 1, 2. Okay, who does it represent again? Yeah, whoever is accused number 3's lawyer also needs to get an independent DNA expert. That is, if the clients are mentioned in the final results regarding this evidence that was found at the Khumalo household. So that is just my thoughts, guys. I don't know what your thoughts are. Please leave them in the comment section. What did you think about today's court action? Also today, I was very busy at work. It's Monday. So I was able to grab some pieces and bits here and there. And then the stuff that I'm the one that I'm talking about, the stuff that I was able to watch. But definitely we are going to continue to talk about this. You know, we have a live on Saturday and also the self-appointed expert segment that we have. So every morning I drop a video of your comments, which I call self-appointed experts. So I'm looking forward to hear what your commentaries are in that segment. And I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow once we wait for what this expert is going to be saying regarding the names of the people that are found on those evidence, especially the hats. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that is super thanking the channel and supporting it financially. Guys, the super thanks is that green button, the $sign just below this video. That is the super thank button if you want to support the hard work that I put into these videos. I will highly appreciate it. Also, do leave a comment down below, share this video far and wide. Guys, also please don't forget other YouTubers, smash the like button for them and subscribe to their YouTube channels, because guys, we are in this together. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.